Hello, Earthlings of the interwebs. My name is Ben Eaton and welcome to the Widdly Diddly Way. This week we're going to have a look at the CAGED system again, our CAGED system scale fragments, how to use them along with our chords. But first, if you could head over to my Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, give it a like, subscribe, share, comment, all the things, you know the things, ring the bells, all the things. There's tons of videos there, heaps of content, playthroughs, instructional videos, basically anything to do with music and guitar. And also head over to my podcast, the Performing Musicians Podcast, chatting to a bunch of different musicians from all over the world about their lives pre and post COVID-19. Okay, so let's get into it. So, the other week we talked about the CAGED system, which is our system of rolling out the different chord forms across the neck. So just a quick refresher, we've got C here in C form, C and A form, C and G form, or this one, C and E form, C and D form, and then again from the top. What we've got with that is we've got the same three chords, the first, the third, and the fifth, rolled out across in different combinations or different inversions. So you can also call these chord shapes different inversions. What we have inside each one of these things is a bunch of scale fragments. If you've got the same three chords laid out in different inversions, you're going to have the scales laid out as well. So what we've got to do is we've got to figure out where those scales are and how we use them with our chords. So we're going to attack this in two ways. We're going to attack it first in the Pentatonics, and second we're going to do it as our 7-note major scale. So the Pentatonics are fantastic. Unless you're playing like advanced jazz and pretty full-on alternative metal, you're going to use the Pentatonics. In fact, you use the Pentatonics pretty much every time you pick up the guitar. The classic A minor pentatonic or the E minor pentatonic, G minor pentatonic is pretty much the starting point for most guitarists. We're going to talk about the major pentatonic because it corresponds to our C major scale. So I'm going to play a little thing that you probably all know. I got sunshine. Now that is a C and a C form with our major pentatonic played as the lick. Iconic thing. What we're doing is we're playing our major pentatonic note for note, bam, down the neck. We're going to talk about this in a number of ways. We're going to talk about the intervals and we're going to talk about the frets. So first of all, we're going to talk about the intervals. So in a major pentatonic, you've got the first, you've got the second, you've got the major third, you've got the perfect fifth, you've got the sixth, and then we go back to our root note or the one again. That's the same everywhere. So in that form, inside the major chord, we've got 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 1. So that gives us options when we're playing our C chord. You often hear this with more experienced accompanists or session guitarists. They'll play a chord with a couple of just a little tasty notes and then you think, well, that sounds nice, what's all that about? Well, a lot of it is what they're doing there. So what we've got to do is we've got to figure out where they sit on the neck. So we know that first shape. So we've got the third fret on the fifth string, open on the fourth string, second fret on the fourth string, open on the third string, second fret on the third string, and then first fret. So that's our major pentatonic. Now that's in our C form. If we now move to our C and an A form, we've got the same chord with a slightly different inversion or intervallic pattern. Now we roll our scale out a little bit differently. So for the A form chord, we instead of playing, we play. So the whole idea with this is to get the scale in and around the chord form, so that you can play the chord and then a couple of tasty little notes. that's just using our major pentatonic. So now we have the root note, second, third, fifth, sixth, and first. So fret-wise, 5th string, 3rd fret, 5th string, 5th fret, 4th string, 2nd fret, 4th string, 5th fret, 3rd string, 2nd fret, and that's our root again, 3rd string, 5th fret. So that's our C, our A form. Now we've got our G form. Now we're going to do a couple of different shapes here. We've got the bottom half of our G form chord. So we can play our same pentatonic, same notes again. Note-wise, we're looking at C, D, E, G, A, C. Same across the whole thing. C, D, E, G, A, C, C, D, E, G, A, C, C, D, E, G, A, C. So that's 8th fret, 6th string, 5th fret, 5th string, 7th fret, 5th string, 5th fret, 4th string, 7th fret, 4th string, and 5th fret, 3rd string. It's a mouthful. So that one we can also grab the top half of the chord. Right, so now we're up the octave here. Same thing. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 5th, 6th, 1st. 5th fret, 3rd string, 7th fret, 3rd string, 5th fret, 2nd string, 8th fret, 2nd string, 5th fret, 1st string, 8th fret, 1st string. And here we've got our E form now. C, A, G, E. Same idea. Instead of rolling it out this way, we're rolling it. Eighth fret, 6th string, 10th fret, 6th string, 7th fret, 5th string, 10th fret, 5th string, 7th fret, 4th string, 10th fret, 4th string. Because it's a root 6 chord, it starts on the 6th string, we can roll that shape right across. So up here, the top half of the chord. 10th fret, 4th string, 7th fret, 3rd string, 9th fret, 3rd string, 8th fret, 2nd string, 10th fret, 2nd string, 8th fret, 1st string, 10th fret, 1st string, and then we move up into our D form. Right, same notes again, just up the octave. C, D, E, G, A, and C. 10th fret, 4th string, 12th fret, 4th string, 9th fret, 3rd string, 12th fret, 3rd string, 10th fret, 2nd string, 13th fret, 2nd string. And now we're back up to where we started down the octave. 15th fret, 5th string, 12th fret, 4th string, 14th fret, 4th string, 12th fret, 3rd string, 14th fret, 3rd string, 13th fret, 2nd string. Now we can keep going up to here. It's just up the octave every time. Okay, so that's our scale fragments. Really easy way to conceptualize where the notes are on the neck. We can always remember where our octaves are every time because they're inside the chord forms, and from those octaves we can find where the little scale fragments are. All you have to do then is add the 4th and the 7th, and you've got your natural major scale. To practice them, a nice little drill is to roll out the same notes across the neck in the different positions and then find those notes as they go up the octave. So here's a nice little exercise to figure out how to play these. So we're going to play the same notes rolled out across the neck. Okay, so first position, C, C in A form, C in G form, C in E form. Now we're going to go up the octave now because we've kind of run out. So we're back to the G form. Right, and then E form. Then we've got our D form. Then our C form again. Then our A form again. Then our G form again. Then our E form. It gets a bit hairy up here, so I usually flip over here now to here. Now that's the same for every single chord on the guitar. The cool thing about it is you can learn these patterns and apply them for every single chord form and key. So if you're playing in C, those shapes around the neck will be everywhere. So I just used the pentatonic forms, worked all the way from the bottom of the neck, straight up to the top of the neck, sequentially through the scale shapes. So that's our scale fragments that tie up to every chord. You have that for C, G, D. Doesn't matter what the key is, it's all the same. You just got to find those patterns with the notes. And as I said, all you've got to do is add the fourth and the seventh, and you've got your natural major scales across the neck. The CAGED system scale fragments. Cool stuff, easy to drill, easy to learn, lovely to apply. Makes you sound like you know what you're doing immediately, even if you're not 100% sure. Please head over to my Instagram, Facebook and YouTube accounts. Give them a like, give them a subscribe, all the shares and the cares and the comments. And also head over to my podcast, the Performing Musicians Podcast. Hit me up if you know anybody that you think might be an interesting interview. I'd love to hear any of the comments on any of those platforms. And as always, just come and check me out online. All right, I'll see you next week.